Hello, good morning and welcome to another Level Up Games crazy video. Here we have our good friend...
There's someone strange in the middle.
Yeah, our good friend Julian.
Who is this
Hi
strange
there.
person?
Hopefully if you've been watching me, you'll know who I am. But I write for Box Pixels, I write for Retro Collect. I also am a guest host on a podcast called Max and Power, and you might see me in Hype Play RPG. I generally write nonsense about games, and this is my local, so...
Cool.
And we like nonsense about games, as you
Very
may
much,
have
yeah.
noticed.
Yeah, check out any of the bits and pieces Julian's just mentioned. They're all very good. The podcast's great. His writing's fantastic and really interesting.
Really long.
Words!
Lots of words. All the words.
No!
All the words.
No!
Right, but now, because we've got a guest with us today, we're going to run around the shop and do some picks up. And Julian's going to introduce some of his picks as well, from what the craziness we've got in here today.
We've got a lot to pick from. It could take us a while. If only we could do it quickly.
Let's do it quickly. Right.
Julian, you're the guest, you go
Guest-
first.
Well, I'll go first. Okay, I've picked three. How many have you got?
Three.
Three, that's lucky.
I've got more, but it's all good.
I picked basically ToeJam Panic of Funkatron, which is the sequel to the first game, which is nonsense. If you go up in the late 80s, early 90s, which is when I was playing Mega Drive games for the first time, this was one of my brother and I's favourite games because it's ridiculous and it's very funky. Fantastic soundtrack, but very, very 90s.
It's got to be funky if it's planned to funky.
But it would be an outright lie if it wasn't funky. But
The whole idea of that game was just built on the fact that it's really cooperative.
Yes.
It was designed for two players. You can play it single player, but that's not as much fun.
You know what, I actually played the first one, and I never played it properly, but I remember it was a world and you went around opening gifts. And I used to just go around opening gifts and seeing what they do. Because it was fun.
I prefer the first one, I must admit, but it's a very different sequel because it's a 2D platformer rather than the first one, which is kind of an isometric explorer up, I guess.
Yes.
But much more.
I like
Have
it.
I just invented the
I
word?
think you
Well,
have.
there you go. But yeah, it's more focused and it's shorter. But yes, it's definitely worth playing if you haven't played it.
Cool. What have you got, Jem?
Oh my gosh. I am going to show off this boxed Duck Hunt here, because generally when we see Duck Hunt for the NES, it's in the double pack with, with Super Mario Bros. Generally was sold with, well, we've actually got in the back there, if you can actually see it, the action set with 2 pads, light gun and all.
That was the first NES I had.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know what the first one I had was,
I've
but I didn't know it was my first console.
I've never seen it loose.
But I did.
I've always seen it as the double
Yeah,
pack.
exactly. The thing is that I had this game because I remember that damn dog. That damn dog. I think that was everyone's first
Everyone wanted to shoot the
ever
dog.
experience at hating a character in a game. But yeah, like Julian said, you hardly ever see this boxed
On its own.
on its own. You know, occasionally you can see it. Actually, did it have a box? Duck Hunt and Mario
No,
Brothers?
I think
It
no, it
did.
only came as a pack-in. So
Only
I've
came
very
as
rarely
loose.
see it boxed.
I
Incredible.
know. But yeah,
Original gangster.
exactly. So yeah, that's my pick for the day.
Cool. Right, I've gone off into spin-off territory here. My first one is to do with Final Fantasy, which obviously with 15 out at the moment is everyone's fun and games. I've got everyone's favourite emo vampire, Vincent here. Here's one for all you hack and slashy Devil May Cry style fanboys and girls. Dirge Cerberus.
Or Vincent fanboys and girls, just in general.
Yeah, truly.
Because he does have a lot of fanboys and girls.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's badass.
He is.
Right.
It's
That's
so emo though.
That's my
So
choice.
emo.
That's my
A
choice.
lot of people like that sort of thing.
Well, yeah.
Hence why school was popular.
Okay, what's up next?
Next up, I've gone for New Zealand Story,
Oh,
which
nice.
is I'm playing this on my Amiga. It came in a triple pack with Bubble Bobble and Rover Islands, both which are better games than this. But I have a massive soft spot for the little Kiwi in this, partly because my mum lived in New Zealand for a long time. And it's not a tremendous game, I'll be honest, but it makes me happy. Seeing games from my childhood makes me happy, even though when you play them, they're not as good as you remember. It's not a bad kind of it's not really an HD art, mate, but it's a remake of the original. But it's one of these things where you see it, makes you feel warm and fuzzy, but it's one of the games where you probably shouldn't play it to destroy those memories.
It's like me and some of the Harvest Moon games. I admit, a lot of the Harvest Moon games out there I don't like. But I have a soft spot for it and it makes me happy. And well, that's why I'm on Stardew Valley at the moment. I can't stop playing it.
If it makes you happy, it can't be that bad.
Exactly.
As Cheryl Cole Crow. Sheryl Crow once sung.
Yeah, I was about to say.
No, Sheryl Crow sang about parachutes.
You have a seat. Wow. Okay.
Right. What's next?
I'm going to go into some Disney Super Nintendo games here. So I have Pinocchio and I have The Jungle Book. Both platformers. Probably quite similar, actually. I admit I didn't play Disney games. Honestly, the more I do these videos and look back at them, the more I realise there's a lot I didn't play. And I feel kind of guilty because I was an RPG player and that was it, and I still am. But it's Pinocchio and Jungle Book, and look, Shere Khan's on the cover, so it can't be terrible.
Disney in the early 90s really got themselves back on their feet.
Yeah.
Aladdin and Lion King really restarted their company.
Was it Lion King as being notoriously difficult?
Lion King is incredibly hard. Easier on a Mega Drive because you can jump a bit further. But the good thing about the Jungle Book game, it's made by Dave Perry, who did the Mega Drive version of Aladdin. So it's kind of the closest you
Fountain of knowledge.
it's the closest you can really get to Mega Drive Aladdin is by playing the Jungle Book SNES version, because they're both the same game. Whereas the SNES Aladdin is very different game.
Yes,
Cool.
we have. There are surprising differences between the Mega Drive and the SNES versions of the same game.
Yeah.
We have seen a bootleg of the SNES version on the Mega Drive, or was it the other way around? I can't remember.
Yeah.
But
I'm trying to remember as well, but I know
people-
that we...
we've had them switched so you can play one version on the other console because the games are slightly different. They've got different ways of the mechanics working and different levels in them.
I don't think either one's necessarily better. They're very different games. But I kind of prefer.
Yeah.
If you want a Western interpretation or a Japanese interpretation for
Surely.
Aladdin.
Right, I'm going to carry on with my spin-offs things here. I have got one of my favourite Street Fighter spin-offs is Street Fighter Puzzle Fighter, which is basically Street Fighter Tetris. The gems fall down, they give you the combos, and you smack your opponent with your combos. This one's on the Saturn, there's also on the PlayStation. It's just a hilarious spin-off of the universe into Street Fighter. My other favourite one is the Gem Fighter, where you've actually got to collect the gems to give you the power-ups to do the combos. But that's more of a straight fighter without being a fighter as well. Wicked fun. Weird, but wicked fun.
Right, my final one. I've gone for, probably, let's be honest, the worst Square RPG.
I loved it.
But
Mystic Quest. Okay, right. Okay, go on.
I
It's
think
your
this
pick.
is a great. If you've never played an RPG before and you have young children, and you want to kind of move them towards playing decent RPGs, which this isn't, it's a great way to start because it's very, very simplified. The magic systems, if there is a magic system in there, I can't quite remember. It doesn't give you a lot of scope in exploring the world. It very much forces you down a path, like a modern Final Fantasy game. But so although you could say this is a terrible game, which I just did, it's no Chrono Trigger, it's no Final Fantasy VI, but it's a great one to start with. And if you've never played an RPG before, you look like you're about to punch me.
No, I agree with you.
Great soundtrack.
I agree with you when you say it's a good one to start, because generally Mystic Quest is known as my first RPG.
Yes.
And it was for me. It was literally the first RPG I ever picked up. So to me, this game is probably what really got me into it. And I don't think it's as terrible as a lot of people say. There's some charming
Square
aspects.
designed it as a starter one,
But it's much like
to introduce it to the American market who weren't familiar with the idea.
I mean, there's some charming aspects. Like I remember, I actually played this not that long ago. When we got the game in, I took it home again. And when you defeat the monsters and they slowly collapse and stuff like that, and you have to rejuvenate the world, so going into a really dead world and then seeing it all green and lovely. Well,
play it, you'll find out.
But no, it's people hate this. People much like they do with Secret of Evermore, and I don't think either hate is worth it because
Evermore was hated, because I actually really love Evermore.
People hate it because it's not Manitou. They wanted
I think Evermore was great. Oh yeah. Right, very last one. I never played this, but the reason I picked it up is because I have fond memories. First of all, it's Rage in the Cage Mega CD. I used to watch wrestling with my brother a lot back in the 80s, early 90s era. So a lot of these wrestlers on the front cover, I used to spend my Sundays watching with my brother. And I remember him terrifying me by saying, I want to be a wrestler when I grow up. And me being really, not angry, but really upset, with tears in my eyes, going, "Don't fight the Undertaker, please!" Because of course he was, you know, the Undertaker was and still is a complete and utter badass. But yeah, you've got to love a bit of, you know, 80s, 90s wrestling action. And
Okay.
that's it.
What's the last one?
Last spin-off, Mortal Kombat. Here we go, Special Forces. It's not the mythologies, not as good as those.
That's not saying a lot though, is it?
It's not, it really isn't. Mortal Kombat, fantastic franchise, but the spin-offs, my goodness, what on earth were they thinking?
It was boring. It's boring. This
It
game's
was,
boring, to be
yeah.
fair.
You're Jax, and you're running around blowing up the bad guys with your gun and your beat 'em ups, and it's all unlockable beat 'em ups as well. So,
Sub-Zero.
No.
Oh,
Of all the
it's-
characters to pick, though, Jax. I mean, what
He's
are
got
they
a
thinking?
gun.
Well, that's true.
so yeah,
All American hero.
hurrah! Right, well that's my final pick of a spin-off. So wicked, there we go.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're very welcome. So we'll see you all very, very soon.
Hope you all had a good Christmas and New Year and all that fun.
Yes. So see you later, everyone.
Take care.
Bye!
あなた社長もレベルアップゲームズカンターベリーに買い物に行く Go go! You buy now!